been a while since we've seen you. How's the period been, and are there any players back or unavailable for this match?
Yeah, it's been a good week. So obviously the result was disappointing in the way the game ended. It was obviously disappointing. I think we've kind of digested that and looked at it and learned from it, and trained really well this week. Boys are itching to get going on Sunday now.
In terms of the team news, Matthias de Ligt, Mason Mount, Lissandro Martinez, are you able to offer any guidance on when they might be back, or are they back?
Mason's back with the group, which is fantastic. He's an important player for us, Mason, and to have him back and involved, I think is a good step for us, definitely. So he's not 100% in terms of back, because he's only trained a very small amount of time, but he's back, and that's good for us. So we'll see whether he's involved or not on Sunday, but it's a big step for him, so we're happy with that. And that's it in terms of players coming back for now.
Michael, good to see you again. Paul Scholes made some comments after the Newcastle defeat, and he also said since then that it was taken out of context a little bit. He's spoken to you since. Just wonder what that interaction was like, if you can share a little bit, but also your experience at this club and your relationship with past teammates. How much can that help, defuse maybe situations like that maybe in the past do get kind of exploded a little bit, more noise on the players? How important can that be?
It was nothing, really. There's nothing to say about it, really. I think that's just the way we're at in terms of social media and things and captions and quotes, and it can be taken in different ways. So just be calm about it and understand actually what the real meaning of things. Listen, there's different opinions out there, and it's fine. People can have different opinions. It's just things get taken way out of one extreme to the other, and it is what it is. But I'm not worried about it, so I don't make a big deal of it either.
Hi, Michael. Okay. You managed Morgan Rogers at Middlesbrough. You could well face him on Sunday. Have you been surprised at all at the sheer speed with which he's become such a key sort of Premier League and indeed international player?
Yeah, listen, first of all, it's fantastic for me to see Morgan going on to do so well. And he's did it for a good period of time now, and he had the initial signing in the January and wasn't really sure how it was going to go. It was a step for him, and hadn't really played for an awful long time at Middlesbrough, really, so I've naturally felt probably he could have done a little bit more, but as soon as he's gone to Aston Villa, and he's taken huge steps and quickly, and been a major part of their team and part of the England team as well. So it just shows how well he's done. We could always see what he was possibly going to be capable of and the potential there in terms of what he could do, his attributes, where he carries the ball, play off his left foot, play off his right foot, score goals, and really good athletically. So there was a lot of things there, positives obviously why we took him to start with, but to see him go on and have such an impact would probably be more than I would have expected, probably more than Morgan himself would probably expected. I think it's great to see though. I enjoy seeing him do so well. Obviously when we come against him it's a different story, but nevertheless he's a good person. He's really great to work with, so I'm delighted he's doing so well.
Hi Michael, just about Jadon Sancho. You were here when he signed. He scored 2 goals in the 3 games under you. It seemed at that point like he was going to have a really good career at United. Are you surprised at the way things have worked out in the last few years?
You can never be surprised with anything in football. I think it's one of those things. Sometimes you come to a club, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't quite work. That's natural. Happens at every club. Jadon's got talent, he's that's why he came to the club to start with, and he's had some really good moments, and for whatever reason, I don't know, I've not been here for a period of time, he's finding himself at Aston Villa, so he had obviously a good spell at Dortmund as well in Champions League final, so he's certainly got talent, and he's playing a lot this season, so credit to him for that, and he's he's having an impact, you know, and playing a lot of games. What happens next and how moving forward, then we'll just have to wait and see.
Chris.
Hi Michael, you began with 2 massive games. I mean, I'm sure you'll see every game's a big game. Given the fact you're coming off your first defeat and given the situation at the top there with you and Villa, the points and qualification for the Champions League, is this the biggest test maybe since your first couple of games?
I think we're always in a test, you know. I think it's always about what's next, what you're going to react, whether you've won, whether you haven't won, whether you've drawn, what's going to be the reaction, what's the group, what's the emotions in it, how do we make the best of it, what's the motivation for the next game, and driving that forward. So I understand with it being the first defeat, if you like, feels a little bit different, but it's going to come at some point. I think you look through the league, it's a tough league. Most teams, if not every team, has suffered that in recent times. So it's putting things in perspective, really, and kind of putting it in shape where we know where we can improve, what we can do better. We're taking a lot of confidence from as a group what we can and what we show we can achieve and how we can play. So it's been a really good week in many ways, and excited. It's an important game. There's no getting away from it. It's a fantastic game. We put ourselves in a position now where there's an awful lot to play for, and so yeah, really embracing the situation at the moment and looking forward to the next game.
Hi Michael, JJ Gabriel trained with the first team again this week, and he's obviously been incredible over the last few months. Would you consider putting him in the matchday squad this season?
He's not allowed. He's too young.
How difficult has it been for the club to manage the attention that he has got over the last few months?
No, he's doing really well, JJ. We've got some really good young players in the academy, and we try and get the younger players up as much as we can, and 21s are kicking off in 25 minutes as well, so we're looking forward to finishing this and going to watch them. I'd much rather be here, I must say, but so yeah, we're always trying to expose and give that exposure to the players to come and train and feel it. JJ's a big talent. It's pretty obvious to know that, and he's had a really good season for the under-18s, and we obviously think an awful lot of him, but patience is important in managing everything that comes with that, and working with him, development is, as we do with all the different age groups and younger players, and picking the right moment to step up, picking the right moment to leave them in a certain place, and ups and downs, and but he's done well. He's trained, he's done well, as you'd expect, and it's good to have the younger players come up with us.
Hi Michael. Harry Maguire's been back in the team a couple of months now, and obviously been a big part of the early successes you've had. He's 33 now. There's an England squad next week. I wouldn't expect you to try and pick Thomas Tuchel's squad for him, but is Harry showing the sort of form you would have expected and hoped of him, and sort of peak Harry Maguire, if you like?
Harry's been playing well, I think. Yeah, it's pretty obvious to say that. I think he's considering you look back not too long ago, he was out for a considerable period of time as well, injured. So he came straight back in when we arrived, really, and so there's been a little bit of managing him as well through the weeks in the games, and the game how we've had that, and getting him right up to speed, if you like, physically, and I think he's just showed his experience, in situations, the composure, know what it feels like, understands what it takes, and he's done ever so well. It's whatever's going to happen with England's going to happen with England, but he's definitely put himself back in the frame. If he was ever out of it, he's definitely in the frame, and hopefully, from my point of view, yeah, he gets picked and he goes.